What's up, Fight Friends? Welcome to another episode here, Fight Frenzy with Francis. Today we have breaking news, that is shaking up the entire MMA world. Conor the Notorious McGregor has officially been suspended, and that means the long-awaited comeback is once again on hold. Okay, so let's break down what happened, when he can fight again, how it affects the rumor UFC White House card, and what it can mean for his career. Alright, so according to official reports, McGregor has accepted an 18-month, yes, you heard it right, 18-month suspension under the UFC anti-doping policy after missing not one, not two, but 3 drug testing appointments in 2024. Okay, so he missed it in June, September 19, and September 20th. And under CSAT, the UFC testing body, that counts as a violation, even without positive test result. So originally the suspension could have been 2 full years for missing these appointments, but McGregor cooperation and quick admission reduced this thing to six months basically. So the ban is retroactive. That means he can compete back on it started September 20th of 2024, and it officially ends March of 2026. So the bottom line is, the man is out until spring of 2026. No octagon, no walkout, no fight announcement, nothing until then. Alright, so now, before people jump into a conclusion, it's important to know he did not fail a drug test. So before people start speculating that the man is on the juice, no, it's not true. He missed 3 appointments. Basically, these people show up, you have to answer, and you have to do the test. Okay, that's part of the deal. I personally don't know how you miss 1, 2, 3 of these appointments. I don't know. The issue is what they call whereabouts failure. Okay, meaning he wasn't available or properly registered for the testing 3 times within a year. So it's kind of strange. But McGregor's camp, they argue he was out of competition or out of active competition and recovering from a leg injury back in, well, he suffered this in 2021 against Dustin Poirier, right? So he missed the test. So because of poor coordination and things like that, I don't know. But still, critics are saying that, being a global superstar should mean that you get to play by, a different set of rules. Everybody is under the same rules, so it applies to everybody. Otherwise, they wouldn't have it. Okay, so being the professional that you should be, you should show up to these testing, right? So whatever the case is, UFC made their call, and it means the timeline for coming back has been pushed back. All right. Now, I know the man is busy with other things, big UFC and that kind of promotion, but he really wanted to compete on the White House card, and so this is where things kind of get interesting. So a few weeks ago, it surfaced that the UFC card hosted at the White House, is scheduled for June 14 of 2026. So that will be less than 3 months after Conor's suspension ends. So naturally, the fans are going to be talking, could Conor headline the White House card? But there are some major impediments, major blockers. First, Conor will need to re-enter the USADA, well actually they're not with USADA anymore, I used the wrong term, the CSAT testing pool, and stay compliant for several months. Then he needs to get medical clearance to prove that he's 100% fit to compete. And third, from a promotional standpoint, the UFC has to decide if it's worth the risk to headline such a historic event, right? And someone coming off suspension, what could that mean, and all of that kind of stuff. And finally, again, Conor needs an opponent. So in this case, if the opponent is Michael Chandler, Chandler will need to align his camp around this narrow timeline, right? So it is possible, not a guarantee. McGregor returning to the White House could be pure spectacle. You know how he does his promo. So here's basically where we stand. McGregor suspended for 18 months. He's able to return back March 20th of 2026. He could possibly eye the June 2026 White House card, but he's facing a long road to the octagon. Now, some say it's unfair, others say it's overdue. Either way, it's another wild chapter in the Notorious book. So yeah, let us know what you think. Was the suspension justified? And if McGregor does return 2026, who should he fight first? Should it be Chandler? Should it be Nate Diaz? I don't know. I personally think Nate Diaz would make a bigger promotional type thing, but now that he's suspended, it complicates things. So drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button. Please subscribe. Help me out. Help a brother out by subscribing to my channel. And videos like this will come at you every single day.